Today we've got another pregnancy update for you, and today I'm doing my 24-week pregnancy update. So we are getting to a very exciting stage of pregnancy where things are happening and you can really see them happening now, and I just really want to share that with you. So if you are new to my channel, like beauty, fashion, lifestyle videos, then I would really love it if you would hit that subscribe button on the right hand side of your screen. I said last week as well that actually, looking at statistics on my YouTube sort of channel, the majority of people that are watching my videos are actually not subscribed, which I just think is crazy because it's completely free and I would just love to have you as a subscriber. I'm trying to hit 1,000, so I'd love your help on that. So I'm going to get straight on in. So I'm going to get my app open and I'm going to read what's happening this week and what to expect if you're coming up to your 24 weeks. So the length of the baby is around 30 centimeters, so getting very, very long. To me, that makes my mind like go, what? Because a 30 centimeter, what? It's a sheet of A4 paper, isn't it? And that to me seems quite large on the fact that my bump is definitely there and you can definitely see that I'm pregnant, but it just doesn't seem big enough to fit a 30 centimeter baby in there. So the baby must be very, very squished, but anyway. Also, the baby is around 1.3 pounds now, so we are over the pound mark, which is so exciting. And yeah, the baby is growing so much more, and in the next sort of week or so they grow even faster and they have like a little growth spurt, which is just mind-boggling to me. Anyway, your baby's hair is beginning to change the colour that it will have at birth. The baby's weight will double in the next 4 weeks, as I just sort of said, that this is about to have a growth spurt. Right now, the baby weighs about the same as a lengthy paperback novel, so that's really cool. The lungs are developing and they're preparing for the first breaths. They are also producing a substance called surfactant that helps in keeping the lungs from collapsing or sticking together during exhalation. Loud noises may startle your baby, causing a sudden jolt in the uterus. Due to this growth, space in the uterus is getting reduced even further, a situation made worse by multiples. If you're having twins, you're probably feeling these sort of changes even more. Your body in general, you could be feeling a little bit wobbly now, definitely if you're sort of taking the stairs because of the change in sort of the center of gravity for you. So you should definitely like take care when walking. Stretch marks are probably becoming more noticeable and may itch when the skin is stretching. Eating a healthy diet will ensure a steady weight gain that is pretty close to your desired weight gain for you. Some women may notice increased sensitivity to the sun. Change in sleep patterns and bleeding from gums may happen, and then anemia may also develop. But yes, lots of things happening this week, but all very, very exciting. I've also wrote some notes down, so I'm going to get those up. So straight off, I have been having some very, very strange dreams, to the extent that I don't wake up sort of half knowing what was going on, but you know when you dream and you don't really know what's going on. It's been like that, but I know that they've been insanely strange and just completely not normal, and just dreams that you just like never have before. So that's different. I've also not been sleeping very well. The baby is kicking a storm at night time, literally doesn't stop moving throughout the entire night, which is fine when I'm like sound of mind and like I can sleep through that normally, but if I have stuff on my mind, that's all I can sort of feel is kick, 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 which is obviously really nice, but also like, can you not just do that in the daytime? Like, have to be at night. So we've got that as well, and also because my back is aching a lot, having to turn over quite often, like change position to get comfortable to sleep, that sort of thing. So my sleep has become quite bad. I have these new dark lines under my eyes that I've never had before, and I used to be such a good sleeper, and I still feel like I would be if I just didn't have all this stuff going on in my head. But yeah, that at the moment is really, really tricky. And I said before, the baby's movements are becoming more prominent and they are happening so much more often. The other day, actually, I feel like the baby was having like a little disco in my uterus. It was like hitting off one side, coming to the other side and off the side, and just kept going for like throughout the day and then throughout the night. And I was just like, wow, you're just moving all the time. And I find that the movements are, it kind of feels like a twitch, and then it feels like something, well, it feels like something's moving inside you. It kind of feels like a wobble inside. Sometimes it's like, oh, and sometimes it can be quite painful and be like, oh. So yeah, it's a very strange feeling, very hard to explain, but if you're thinking it probably feels like something's inside you, it does. Sometimes I feel like there's like an alien growing in there or something. I have also been suffering a lot from my uterus contracting a lot. I mentioned that when I went to my midwife scan for the 20-week scan here in Sweden, and my uterus was, well, my tummy was in a weird shape, and I thought it was like the baby's bum or head, and the scan lady told me it was my uterus contracting and just preparing for birth. It's not actually the baby, which I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. That's been happening so much. And I was reading on another app that had that you can start getting like Braxton Hicks sort of now and within a week sort of thing, and I think I'm just someone that started them early. It didn't hurt, it's just that suddenly your tummy gets really tight and it gets hard and you sort of gets a little bit deformed. And you get like one side that's flat and then the other side that's poking out. So I've been having that a lot as well, and yeah, it's kind of a strange feeling. Definitely if you're walking, you kind of have to sort of stop a minute and move, and sometimes if it gets like really uncomfortable, I just sort of go on my hands and knees and wiggle a bit and everything sort of relaxes. So that's something new. As I was saying, that my back was aching a lot, but mostly during the night, and I just feel like quite tight actually in my middle area of my back rather than the lower area. It's kind of all the way sort of where your bra strap would sit is where it's aching the most. But so I just sort of stretch it out quite a lot. But yeah, my back has been aching. My tummy's also been feeling quite sore at times. When I mean sore, it's just like because of all the stretching, it just feels a bit tight and I kind of have to rub it. It's still got that sort of round ligament stretching going on, and there's obviously a lot more stretching to happen. So sometimes that can be really uncomfortable. We also, very exciting, we bought our stroller this week. We actually went to a second-hand stroller shop that they have here in Stockholm, and we bought ours second-hand. Now we bought quite an expensive stroller in regards to like the make. We got the Bugaboo Donkey Duo, and we got that on the basis that if we ever had more children, we could then not have to buy a second stroller. And also we quite liked it because it had really thick wheels, had lots of storage area, and it was very sturdy, and our friends also have one, and I had test drove it before and it just felt really strong. And as we do a lot of walking and that sort of thing, I just wanted one that was nice and easily movable. So that's why we went for that particular brand. If you want me to do a review on it once we've started using it, then do let me know below in the comments, because I can do that for you. And I really do recommend checking out second-hand sort of strollers because they can be so expensive, and if you can get like a good few £100 off them, then I would definitely recommend it. The one that we got was really good quality. Obviously I'm going to give it a really good clean because it's been used before, but you know, definitely something I would recommend. So I've been doing a lot of walking lately, and that's been kind of my exercise sort of throughout, well, since I've been moving to Sweden. And I've also been doing some Pilates at home, because if you weren't aware, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, I actually teach Pilates. That's my job, which I'm not doing here at the moment because I've only got around three months maybe on my pregnancy left. And of course, being a Pilates instructor, you have to be self-employed, and I just thought it wasn't fair for me to start classes sort of now and then have to stop when the baby comes. It's just not really fair. So I'm going to start doing that hopefully when the baby's a little bit older, and just take a little bit of time off from doing it for a bit, which it's kind of not practical because, you know, it'd be good to be working. But yes, I am a Pilates instructor if you didn't know. So I've been doing that at home, just keeping myself nice and flexible, that sort of thing. And the walking we've been doing in the forests, and the other day I walked like nearly 19 kilometers, and the day after I walked around 13-14. So I've been doing a lot of walking just sort of in the forest and national parks around here, which have been really nice. And that's like the weather here has been beautiful, so we've just been enjoying that and just taking sort of the most time we possibly can outside before it gets really cold and I don't want to go outside. So yeah, that's been really fun. I've been eating lots of fruit and veg, but we're also really enjoying like chocolate. I've been really enjoying like ice cream sandwiches. Oh, so good. But yeah, I've been just really wanting some fruit and some vegetables, trying to keep that up. But I don't find that too difficult. We've already always eaten lots of vegetables anyway. Like I put loads in dishes. Like I cut so many up and just mix them in, and it just seems to work really, really well. And I just really been enjoying that. I haven't moved on to any other maternity wear that I sort of haven't previously mentioned. Obviously I'm wearing the trousers and the bras now, but I haven't got any tops or anything, and I haven't had to buy dresses or anything like that. I found that most of my wardrobe can pretty much probably make it till the end, I think, of my pregnancy without having to buy any more clothes, because I have quite baggy clothes available and I've just been sort of wearing them. And just keeping comfortable that way and not spending a lot of money on clothes that obviously I'm not going to be wearing that much after the birth. Like obviously you still wear them after you've given birth, you don't just go bing back, but you know, I can obviously, your tummy goes down after birth slightly, so if they fit me then they're going to fit me after birth. That's what, if you get my drift. With regards to stretch marks, I have no stretch marks as of yet. My tummy just keeps on growing. It's quite a weird thing that one minute it seems to be quite small and the next minute it seems to be quite huge, and yeah, lots of growing going on, but I haven't felt anything too tight happening, and I haven't felt like my skin is stretching to this point of getting a stretch mark. But I mean, it's still very early days, so that could change. My wedding ring is also still on and my belly button is still in. However, it is starting to pop out and looks really, really weird, and it's kind of half in, half out now. A half inny outie. But yeah, that's just something else, and I'm going to go show you my belly now because I think I've been rambling for quite a while. So I'm going to go and do that. So let me stand up. So this is my tummy with clothes on. Obviously I've got a big shirt on, but it's definitely growing. Here, I'll show you with this top because I feel like the shirt stops you seeing the bump. Again, I feel like it's bigger in person than it looks on screen, but it's now bigger than my boobs, so that kind of shows comparison. And it's also like forming a little bit up here, and it is quite sizable now. It's still a little bit like a rugby ball, like I mentioned last week. It's all here, and this is where the baby always is. It's always kicking around this area. It's like boom, 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 boom. Which, yeah, I can actually feel just here. It's a little bit hard, so I'm not sure if that's the baby or if that's me having another Braxton Hicks or whatever you want to call it, or my uterus contracting. But yes, that's my belly. I actually think it looks bigger from this side. But anyway, there we go. I was saying to my husband though the other day that like if I have like a big jumper on or my waterproof coat on and you look at me from the front, you wouldn't actually know I was pregnant, because I don't know why, I still kind of, because I'm quite narrow, you can't really see it. It's just when I turn to the side, it's like, oh, there's a big bump there. So that's really interesting, and I am interested to see how big it actually gets in the next sort of couple of weeks with this growth spurt that's going to happen, and that really sort of excites me. So I'm going to end this video here so it's not too long. I'm really sorry if I rambled this week. My head is like if you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. As I said before, please do subscribe. I would just really appreciate it, and I'd just love to have your support, and I will see you in my next video. See you later.